Welcome in, beautiful souls. So glad you're here. I'd like to thank all my new subscribers and all your beautiful comments and your encouragement and your love. It's been really heartwarming for me. And I'm just going to get right into the reading here. Now, I've been guided to do this for a couple days. And so I just finally sat down this morning and, got my stuff together here. And I'm going to go on with this reading. Now, this is a new deck for me, so I shuffled it, and when I flipped it over, it came out with the otter, which then reminded me of a company called Otter Spirit, and they have these beautiful bracelets that they sent me, and they have like this campaign going on right now, and it's called Designed by the Stars. And it's like if you've had your astrology done, you'll have like your big three. So you'll have your sun and your moon and then your rising signs. And they help me figure out which ones were for me. And because I'm Sun Aquarian, a Moon Libra, and my rising is Libra. So they helped me, and I was able to pick from them. So I chose these three here, and I'm going to tell you they're really good quality. And they also have like the little, look, I'll just show you. And they come in these beautiful boxes. Look at this, the box. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then it has like, it gives you like this little card that tells you what each one is. And then it has this beautiful pouch. So if you want to do like a gift set for anyone, like, they're just so beautiful. And, and it's funny too, because, I've been doing readings lately, and I've been talking a lot about the moon. So I got the moonstone, and then the rose quartz. The rose quartz is all about heart and the love, and with all this heart expansion going on. And I'm going to tell you that since I've been using the quartz, I've been receiving so much love from all of you that I'm so overwhelmed. Like yesterday, I actually was doing a lot of crying because I was so overwhelmed with the beautiful love that I've been receiving. And with the moonstone, this is about like it helps with the intuition and the third eye. So it's like the third eye in the crown. And then when this otter card came out with initiations, I'm like, oh, I think they're going to do like some kind of initiation, some kind of activation here today in this reading. And then I picked this one, which is aquamarine. And it's like for water, right? So this is for the throat. And if you've been part of my readings in the past month or so, you'll know that I've been having a lot of throat chakra issues. And since I've been wearing these, I've really gotten a lot of clarification, and my throat chakra has cleared up quite a bit. And I'm going to tell you, like, I'll tell you, the quality is so supreme compared to a lot of the other places that I've purchased. Like, this is rose quartz, and look, I just bought this a couple weeks ago, and this is rose quartz, but look at the difference. Like, look how pale these are comparing to the bracelet. Like, there's no comparison, you know what I mean? Like, this is like, like the Mercedes Benz of crystals, you know what I mean? And the other thing too is that everything that is purchased, $1 goes to saving the otters in the Bay of California. So I really, really love that. There's a actual, they gave me a link that I'm going to put in the very top of my description box. And so if you're interested in getting your big three and kind of raising your vibration and or shifting your energy, these could really be the trick. I mean, you don't pick these, you pick whatever works for you, and they'll help you out with that. So, that's been really fun. So there's like a discount link code in the description for you if you're interested. So I'm going to get right into this reading. So this reading is about empaths. So, and as you know, like most of us here are empaths because, we've been through a lot. So there's 3 stages of empaths that Spirit wanted me to talk about today. And basically the empaths, I mean, we're born this way. So our nervous system is always open, right? And we're just wired this way. So this is called neuroimaging studies. And so it shows with people that are high empathetic sensitivity that we have more active mirror neurons, a neuron system, sorry, I guess. And then if someone you are near experiences pain, the like the brain of an empath lights up in an identical pattern to the person that is feeling that pain. And this is all through behavioral psychology, and they call it attachment response. So this is always running, and it never stops for an empath. The other thing too is when they brought up the neuron system, and I kept getting these readings, and they keep bringing out about the mirroring, and I kept saying, like, what is it about this mirroring that you keep talking about? And like, I know that, we mirror our souls with our ego, and, we mirror other people and that kind of stuff. But what is like, what, you're trying to tell me something deeper here, because they kept bringing it up, and this is what they're talking about. So the 3 stages that they wanted me to talk about. So the first stage is, I've been through all these stages, so I know exactly where everybody, like, what you're going through, no matter what stage you're in. I've been there. So the first stage is when you walk into a room and you can feel the tension, you can feel the energy, you can feel the shifts. You read the micro expressions on people, so you know when people are angry or sad or whatever emotions they're going through. And we tend to provide this constant emotional support for other people. And people come to you for comfort. And you listen to them, they lean on you, they rely on you, and you always show up for people. And every time you do this, or did this, depending on where you are in your stages, our brains really, were rewarded with a dopamine and an oxytocin that releases into the brain. So it kind of makes you feel good. You think that, oh, maybe this was my purpose. I'm this, like I'm the healer of my friend group. I'm the support system, like all that. So you were probably very forgiving, because underneath we can feel the pain behind the manipulation. We understand, like, the wounds underneath, like the behavior that people exhibit towards us. And you could sense the fear inside, the cruelty. So you were always like a very forgiven person. But in this stage, we really don't have a filter. You know what I mean? We're just taking on everybody else. And this is why you end up so exhausted when you're out with a lot of people. And then, you know, because we don't have a filter and you don't have judgment towards people, you have like a high tolerance for this kind of behavior. You make excuses for them and you sacrifice. So when we finally break, we realize that this person never considered us at all. Okay, so when you get to that point, that's the end of stage 1. So stage 2 is the hardest of all the stages. So like our nervous system enters like a hypervigilance stress response stage. And it's basically in the brain is where, you feel like there's a threat. Either physically, like our bodies can't figure out, like our brains don't know, like in this system, like if it's a physical threat or if it's an emotional threat. A threat is a threat, and that's how it sees it, right? So you go into like a stress response, and that's called amygdala. I don't know, I can't say that. The amygdala. And it's like in chronic activation when you're in this stage, right? So this is where we become emotionally withdrawn. We start pulling our energy away from people. And stage 2 can be very triggering because your nervous system is like on high alert. And this is basically the learning stage, and I remember when I was going through mine, I really had to isolate myself. This is where I consider like the hermit stage, because I really was so triggered, and I was just trying to process like how I was seeing people differently and how they don't show up for me, and going purging all those emotions, and the hurt of it all and the pain, and it's a lot, right? So this is where you start to see the fake smiles, the manipulations, the lies, the jealousy that people have towards you. And now you're not being as available to people either. Like you're not so quick to comfort them and listen to their troubles, and like you're pulling away, and they can feel that you're pulling away. So they then start to think that you're becoming cold or that you're changing, and they don't like it because, they want to be able to continue to feed off you and use your energy for their own purpose, right? Now, I have to tell you, this aquamarine is this bracelet has really helped my throat chakra. I don't know if you can tell, but wow, I tell you, I haven't had any like hems or nothing going on. It's awesome. So when you're around people and they feel, you want to feel close to people, but yet at the same time you feel very suffocated. So this is where your nervous system is trying to work through it. So the isolation really, for in the beginning, it's really a relief because it allows your nervous system to kind of decompress. And this is where you start figuring out like your emotions from other people's emotions. I thought my microphone was off for a sec there. So while you're going through this reconstructive stage, this is where you figure out, like I said, your own feelings from other people's feelings. And, this is a really important stage. This is the hardest stage to get through too, because, it's a lot of, you're thinking about you're going through like all the people and the situations and, the trauma. It's a lot to work through. So this is where you start seeing the people that in your life, like who and what they truly are. And this is where you learn to come to terms with how these people didn't show up for you. And you're not like you did for them, not on the same level. And it is a painful process losing people, and, because you love them, and, but you have to let them go because they're not serving for your highest good. And this is all like your body and your brain is like reevaluating a new emotional intelligence. So this is like a post-traumatic growth in trauma research, actually. And then the heart math, this like shows up as like high cortisol due to being in stressful relationships and environments. It can come out as like disrupted sleep, immune suppression, and this is all found in trauma survivors. So, basically, you're a survivor of trauma going through this. Now, stage 3 is, this is more like the loneliness stage. And I'm just going to explain that just a little bit because it's really an accurate empath, because this is where you've recalibrated and survived stage 2. And stage 3, you still read the rooms and you still feel the emotions, but you feel others' intentions. You sense things before they surface. You learn to filter and not be consumed by it, like in stage 1, or stage 2 in that matter. You observe emotions, not to become them, and that you have a neurological shift along with a psychological one. And the research actually shows a change in the prefrontal cortex of the brain. And this is where like all of our emotions are, our emotional responses are regulated. So like this is where monks spend years to perfect and learn these skills, right? But an empath learns this in the 3 stages. And then this is also where you no longer, so when you walk into a room, you're different because you're calm. You have like an inner peace now. You've upped your standards, and now they match your values, right? So you no longer accept less than, which, in the beginning, like we don't know all of this, right? We just, the only, that's another reading I'm going to do. Really, it's about the Heoki empath. And that's the only ones that, these Aboriginal Indian type tribes, they're the only ones that ever really understood it and accepted those empaths and actually, guided them, right? So, so you were no longer, you no longer need outside validation from anybody, and you know your worth. So this is really good. So there's two types of relationships that I wanted to clarify. So you have your need-based connection, and that is where someone requires your time, your emotional labor to maintain their own stability. Okay? So that's more like the stage one, right? Now, the love-based connection, this is more like your stage three. So this is where someone genuinely wants to be in your life. They value your presence for what it is and not for what you provide for them. And they contribute to your well-being, just as much as you do for them, and it's a balance of exchange of energy, right? So it's a mutual respect. Okay, so they had me bring out a few decks here, and I shuffled this and flipped it over, and it's on Spiritual Crucible. So if you're used to my readings or you've been around, you'll know that the bottom of the deck's always future universes. Okay, I think they want another card. And then, of course, this was on the bottom, which is the otter. Now, I'm going to take another one. They wanted me to read this right off the top here. So let's see what otter says here. Otter, be open. This says, be open through this transitional time, which is, the three stages, right? And I don't know which stage you're in. You could be completely healed like me, but you know what I thought was really funny when I flipped this over? The crystal companions here on the bottom, it says self-healed quartz. Look at that. And this quartz here is all about love, right? So it says here, the otter speaks to your inner child as she loves to play. If you feel stressed or down, ask the otter to bring her energy to you. Otters are high vibrational and curious beings. They are also fearless and can be called on for extra courage when you most need it. The otter is associated with initiations and transitions and marks big changes in life, new birth, new cycles of life, or saying goodbye to a loved one. Summon the otter and let her guide you through it. Isn't that amazing? And I just thought that was so fitting for this reading, right? Because after I wrote down everything that they wanted me to talk about, I'm just like, well, how are you going to make these cards like work with this reading? Like, how's this even going to work? And they're just like, okay, pull out this deck, pull out that deck. And I'm just like, okay. And then, of course, and here we are already. So I'm really curious to see what this one is. Okay, so let me move this candle out of the way here. Also otter spirit, they're gems, and they are ethically sourced. I'll tell you, I have actually gone and bought different gems and stuff like that, and different crystals and stones, and then come to find out, you can get like an app on your phone, and then you can it'll like zoom in, take a picture, and then it puts it through, and it was actually stones and stuff that it wasn't even what I purchased. I wasn't too happy about it, but so that happens. So this place, they're really good about that. They you can trust them. If not, I wouldn't work with them. I wouldn't have them on this platform. Okay, so, here we go. What's this one? Doingness, beingness. Yeah, they were talking about some kind of activation too. So I think there's going to be some kind of, initiation, activation of some sort. Light body expansion. No joke, spirit. Okay, let's move that out of the way. These are cool. This is this deck here is it's for empaths. What's it called again? Yeah, empaths activation cards. As soon as they asked me to bring that out, I thought, oh, are you going to do some kind of activation here? Okay, want to make sure you can see these here. Okay, so one more here. So we have, look at this. We have 11 plus 2 is 13. Then we have the card 13. So 13, 13. Hold on. Let me see here. Yeah, that doesn't go. So 13. Let me look up number 13. There's something here. They're pulling this out here. They drew my attention. The Ascendant Masters, such as Jesus, Kuan Yin, and so on, are with you, helping you maintain a positive outlook. The number 13 signifies that female Ascendant Masters and Goddesses are assisting you in staying positive. Okay, that's cool. Oh, look. Divine Service. Look at that dog. Divine Service. And you know what's funny too is they kept showing me the dog. They also kept showing me the moon before I started. These two tarot decks, when I split them, both were on the moon. Oh, and they were showing me the Five of Pentacles too. So I think that the Five of Pentacles is where, you know, that's a lot of, like, financial and health issues and feeling left out and being ostracized and needing to clear like energy blocks and that type of thing. Okay. Yeah, on the bottom here, it's nurture. Allow the anxieties and worries to be gently released and offered up to be healed. Again, Spirit. Okay. Oh, just move that out of the way here. Let's pull out some more cards here. They had me bring out a lot of animal oracle cards too. So I don't know if it's the animals, you resonate more with animals. The bottom, 32, the spinning wheel, frequency upgrade, new plan, adventure, spiritual advancement. Just like I was talking about, I thought they were doing some kind of activation here with these cards. How you can serve yourself better. Divine Service. You know, dogs are very, you know, they're very loving and, you know, companions for humans that don't have that, the human love, you know what I mean? That don't get love from, so you could really resonate with dogs. Or cats even, yeah. Or otters. Do you want this card? Okay, let's just see what comes out here. Seeds planted, no joke. Anchor in your star codes. Oh my God, Spirit. Oh my God, I love this. I've never seen this card before. It's amazing. Parallel Earth, time of peace, relaxation, all is well. Yeah, because you know, when you get into the third stage of being an empath, that's where you find your peace. That's where you won't allow anything to disrupt your peace. Nothing. You know, see all these stars coming out of the dog's heart here? You know, the otter too, the otter, like they wrap kelp around their leg and then they just go with the flow of the ocean. They just float around on the top and they, you know, they bust open their little oyster and mussel shells and so that's how be open through the transitional times. Just try to go with the flow as much as you can. Okay, let's see here. Okay. This is beautiful. This card, like there's wings here and there are wings here. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm hearing the words, the tree of life. Anchor in your star codes. You know, 30 breaks down to another 11 and then you have 11 here. So you could be seeing like 13, 13, 11, 11. 11, 11 is a portal. So you can use 1111 to help you manifest. The other thing too is where I'm using the moonstone here, you can write down like some of the pain and suffering or whatever that you've gone through so that you can release it. So you can write down like your feelings and what you want to release and what you want to let go of, I guess. And you can take it out under the moon and burn it into a burn bowl or burn pit or whatever you have, and release it. You know what I mean? To help. Look at that. Oh, look, the dog's on the bottom again. Forgiveness. You know, it's funny too because this symbol here, this mandala is, even though it's dog, it's a water. That's a water mandala. Okay, Spirit. Let's see. Let's pull one of these here. Okay, Spirit, anytime. Goat, grounded. Yeah. Try to be as grounded as you can. You know, you probably always felt like an scapegoat too. But you know, these type of mountain goats, they can hang on to cliffs. You know what I mean? So it tells me a lot about who you are. Okay, and then this deck is a new deck. Begin again, number 1. Yeah, you know, once you go through all those 3 stages and you've learned all this emotional maturity and, you know, you've gone through all that, it is like basically just starting a whole new life. Okay, is there a message in here? What's this? Oh, the lion. Look, honor yourself. Look at that sun. Honor yourself. Yep, and that's where you honor yourself. Exactly, Spirit. You've upped your, oh, look at that. What a beautiful card. It's number 17, it's ego, but that's not for this here. What is this? Break free. Yes, exactly. And it's another 5 too. This is the change too. They're really talking about a lot of the change. Yeah. So honor yourself and you'll break free from these toxic people or situations that, you know, we all end up in for some reason. Well, I know the reason, but it is what it is, right? Okay. So they wanted a couple of these. This is they only ever, when I know there's always an activation coming in when they have me bring out this deck, because this deck here is Sacred Geometry cards. Okay. It's been a long time since I used this deck. On the bottom, shadow and grace. Oh my God. Yeah, because you know what, I'll tell you, you know, when you're going through all that, when you're going through stage 2, that's where you do all your shadow work. You know, and this is all about balancing too. You'll see, like, oh, look at the tree. Oh, the tree of life, look. So you have the tree here and then you have the tree here, and it's about the balancing. You could be seeing a lot of crows or ravens, and you could be seeing, you know, I know they're showing these as wolves, but you could be seeing a lot of canines because they're bringing out a lot about the canines here, and bluebirds as well. You'll see the sun here, and then it's a woman that's branched out, like accepting the sun energy here. It's really beautiful. All right, let's see what else is here. Ooh, galactic victory. Victory, rebirth, full potential. No, number 44, master number, and that's all protection. You know, and I'll tell you too, because, you know, they brought up about this rebirth many times here. This light body expansion is going on. That's what's happening. You know, this also is giving me the, a labyrinth. You know, how you have to go through all of the, sometimes you hit a wall and you got to pivot and turn a different direction, and you go that way for a little bit and then you hit another block. And, you know, that's, you know, they were talking about clearing these blocks, right? I don't know what this means though, this card. And they want me to read this one, but I don't know what that one means. I've never seen this card. I've only used this deck. This is only the second time I've used this deck, so I'm not really familiar. Let me check this out just for a quick second here so I can... Jeez, they're talking about healing and peace. Okay, so it says here, we see how much you want to be a force for good, to raise up and support your earthly brothers and sisters, and to contribute healing, peace, prosperity, and wellness to all who inhabit this planet. You have a heart that deeply desires to make a difference, and your engine has been running non-stop. Just like I was saying, how, like, because empaths, like, you cannot turn it off. Like, this is something that it's constantly running in the background, right? Underneath, like within your brain, and you just, it's not something you can turn off. That's why you get so tired. Let us assure you, you are making a difference, and your contributions do matter. Yet whenever your chosen method of offering your loving service to the world, divine service, look at that, the weight of your ambitions has grown unwieldly and is threatening to topple you. You could be in stage 2. This is probably for people that are in stage 2. Okay. Oh, okay. You know, and I was talking about the balance here with what card? This card. And I was talking about all the balance here. And this is what they're saying right here. They're saying the ratio of doing so. Oh, sorry. I missed something. What? In the pursuit of service to others, you have forgotten the value of being. The ratio of doing to being in your essence has grown out of balance. So that's what they're talking about here. When you're going through, it's, you know, it's easy to get out of balance when you're going through all these emotions, trying to purge everything. That's why they're bringing up the break free and to honor yourself with the 2 5s. Wow, Spirit. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Wow, that was cool. What's this one? Oops. Creation. Orangutan. You know, this is all there's like, it instantly jumped out at me with all these, the chakra colors that are like over here. You have the grounding, yeah, because it has, you know, the 3 lower chakras, which is, well, your gut, your solar, which is where, you know, your gut tells you things, you know what I mean? And then you have your sacral, which is creation, and then you have your grounding chakra. Oh my God, what's going on? It's like I'm getting these weird blocks or something. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. You know, this card here, this is an invitation. So you have initiations and then invitation. This is where Spirit is asking you, like, you know, come. You know what I mean? You're welcome. Come. See? This is your connection. This is your heart connecting, helping your lower chakras connect, but yet your higher chakras connect with the divine. And see the star coming off his crown and third eye here. Wow. That's truly amazing here. It comes right out under initiations too. What's this one? Healing waters, no joke. You know, and we have the otter here, plus I'm wearing this, the aquamarine, and the aquamarine is, well, aqua means water. And then plus I was talking about how I use moon and sun to charge water and drink it. It helps shift your energy a little bit. Might help bring some balance too. Oh, that's freaky weird. Okay. Let's see here. Whew. I am so lightheaded. Oh, look at this insecurity. Look at this. See this devil here? Look, in your heart. And you're trying to block your heart, but your heart is always like on your sleeves. Oh my God, Spirit. And, you know, this negative energy, these people that are around you, like it's, you know, they're just like, you know, give me this, give me your energy, give me this, give me that, you know, be here for me, do this for me, do that for me. Give me, give me, give me. Take, take, take. That's the kind of energy that, you know, stage 1 is of an empath. Okay, so they are really actually bringing out all the stages here. So this is like, I didn't know how they were going to make this work, but here they always surprise me, really. They truly surprise me every time. You know, I see that there's like this, it's like this light that's going on here. Oh, protective bubble. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like when you have to go out into public, you can put yourself like in a protective bubble. You can use like a golden cloak, basically, right? To protect you. Look, and perception here. And you know, and that's the thing. When you end up at the stage 3, that's it. You've learned, the perception that the perception. You've learned to see things in a different way. And, you know, then you can allow your heart to be open again, to love and receive that love. Yeah, this is where, like, see these butterflies, this is where you've come through the transformation here. This is beautiful. You have soulmate here. You see the third eye and the crown they're talking about here. This is where you find actually the person that, you know, because we all have soulmates, right? It, you know, it can be anybody. It's just that you have like a connection to them, you know, to learn life lessons and all that. But, you know, I think this card might actually be referring to, the red is actually referring to your, why can't I figure out that word today? Your root chakra. There you go. Thank you, Spirit. But maybe you'll find your true soulmate that's going to feed into you, that you feed into them. Like they're going to actually be somebody that you can count on, that you can lean on them. They'll show up for you. It's on the bottom. Impartiality. Yeah, look at the balance. See? Oh, look, and it looks like she's putting herself into a cloak. She's cloaking herself. See this energy she's putting around her in her aura? Wow. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, let's see here. If you want me to pull one of these, I have it upright because it's like it's really hard on the eyes. But we have Diamond crank up the positivity. Sorry. Oh, there's some noise going on here beside me. It's kind of throwing me. Whoop, what's this? Carnelian. Channel your inner baddie. Yeah, see all these lower chakras, right? Oh, look at this. Jasper on the bottom. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Spirit. Oh my God. I love when they bring out these funny things to make me laugh. Okay, what's this one here? Earth, number 15. Ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength. There you go. See, just like I was talking about. Seeing that the trees, they're bringing up the trees too, and the elements. Look, the elements of fire, air, earth, and water create powerful protection. No joke. Okay, we're going to take that one too. Oh, look at another water card. Work with the element of water for healing and purification. Just like I was talking about, you can use the sun, you can use the moon. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. You know, that's what I was talking about, how I love how they do this. Dissipating. You know, this is the solar chakra here. And I think this is where, you know, you're just in that period of letting go and purging and figuring it all out. And okay, they're bringing up a lot of this orange and red and yellow mixture too, right? So use the elements because, yeah, because even oh, okay, so earth, which is the trees too, yeah. And then water, and then the elements. Wow. You know, because they have the healing waters here too. You know, I noticed they have 15 and then they have 51. Again, talking about that, the mirroring neurons. Jesus. I didn't get much sleep last night. I only slept for like 3 hours, so I don't know what was going on. I was just having one of those, you know, I don't know. The cat was outside really late, and we had a big family of foxes hanging around, and so I'm worried about them, and I don't want to like go to sleep, and then, you know, him stuck out there, and then he seemed really weird when he come in, so I was really concerned about him, and I kept following him around the house and bringing them back to my bed and putting him in my bed, and then he would get down and get up, and, you know, I was just, you know, what's going on with him, and I was just all concerned. They keep drawing me this card, so I just have to read it so I can move on. Okay, number 11. There's something here, number 11. What is this? There's a message here. Let's find out what it is. Fire initiation. Yeah, fire initiation. After having walked through the symbolic fires of deep spiritual initiation. Oh, and they're breaking up initiation again, because there's initiations right there. You've been transformed. You have befriended sacred fire, and you have earned the right to invoke the presence of this power element to aid you in your life's endeavors. There is no need to fear the fire any longer. Embrace her through the declaration of this incantation. Wow. Because really, that's what they talk about, like when you go through all that, when you go finish, like when you get to stage 3, that's when they talk about, like, you have to be forged through the fire, because stage 2 is forging you through the fire. Okay, what does it say here? Beloved one, you are emerging from the spiritual crucible, a time in your life of intense pressure, concentrated forces, and an opportunity, chosen or forced, to release the impurities in your life. These sorry, I don't know what's going on. These contaminants might be poisonous belief systems, outdated values, draining relationships, dysfunctional behaviors, and dissonant job or inauthentic ways of being. You know, in my download, when there, you know, I was talking about, like, you've upped your values, you've upped your what was it that I said? You upped your what to meet your values. You've upped your standards, yeah, to meet your values. Yeah, and the stage 2 is getting rid of all these draining relationships. Yeah, dysfunctional behaviors. Yes, this is where your prefrontal lobe is all coming online. This is awesome. What remains of you now after this accelerated growth cycle is more pure, authentic, and refined version of yourself. Honor yourself. Break free. Holy crap. This is cool. The Oracle of the Spiritual Crucible is here to tell you that this period of upheaval is closing and easier days are ahead of you. Well, that's amazing. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's really, really great news. Oh, I love that. Okay. This one here. So this is an animal oracle deck. So I just usually read like the animals on the cards, not so much. Okay, let's see here. Let's pull out some, or tarot deck. Did I say oracle deck? I'm still stuck in how much I love this reading. Certainly could have used this reading for myself when I was going through all of this. But I do remember being in stage 2 and, you know, having to retreat away from people that were really loud and abrasive and, it's like my nervous system couldn't take it. And of course, you know, the people in the house here, they didn't understand any of it, right? So you could be going through that too, like people around you just don't understand. Can't imagine how hard it must be if you have children because, oh, look at that. See, you know, and they're bringing out that devil thing again too. See this devil here? See the red glowy eyes? You know, and then they brought out the card here that was about the devil that was feeding off your heart. Yeah, these are those nasty energies they're talking about. Let's see what we have here. Wands. Look at the fire. No joke. Oh my God, look at these birds. Oh, look, you get a bunny. And you have, I'm going to assume that's I don't know if it's an eagle or a hawk or a dove. I'm not really sure. I think that's a butterfly emerging from the flame there. You know, these are all about like spirituality and rebirth and the change and the transformation. And I just read that card. What was it? About walking through the fire. I don't remember which card it was. Oh my God. This is blowing me away. Oh, and the swords. Look, this is all about, like, you know, this is what's on the surface, on the top, but this is what's all going on underneath. See how big that is? See how giant that is? You know, more water too. You know, water would be very helpful for you at this time. And the pentacles, look, see how he's like on this, you know, he's coming out of the shadows and moving into the sun, carrying this egg, you know, and the egg also represents like a new beginning. And, you know, he's balancing it and, you know what I mean? Trying to, that balance again, coming out of the shadows, coming more into the sun. Oh my God, Spirit, that's beautiful. The raccoon. Okay. They wanted me also to bring out, oh my God, look, there's the moon. Yeah. The moon again. That's seeing through all the illusions. Okay. I love this Three of Wands, the fire. You know, because you end up with a lot of disrupted sleep when you're going through a lot of that too. So I was getting the impression when I was looking at this card how a lot of this could be happening at nighttime when you have those quiet moments of trying to purge those emotions. The Knight of Wands. That's very interesting. There's a lot here about this ancient Egypt too that's been coming up. Oops. I'm not taking those. Okay, maybe I should. There's 3 of them. Oh, no joke. No joke. So it would be Temperance is the angels, and it's about healing. You know, the healing through the fire, walking through the fire. And then you have the Page of Discs, which is the Page of Pentacles. This is all about your creativity. This is all about your wishes, your manifesting, your creativity. I think I said that right. And the Ace of Swords, this is the truth. This is the clarity. Oh, look, I just noticed that. Look at this. It's like 1, 2, and 3. So these are like the 3 stages. You know, oh my God, Spirit. I just realized that. So you know, this is like all the stuff that you're absorbing that's underneath. And then you have, you know, you're balancing the light and the dark. You're balancing the energies. You're trying to, you know, your brain's trying to cope, figure it all out. And then you have stage 3s where you've burned through all of it. That's cool. I like that, how you did that. Low in the Tower, yeah. And like, you know, that card that I was reading that says that it's either could be chosen or forced. It was probably forced. Because your angels are not going to allow you to be disrespected anymore on this earth. Okay, so did you want me to read one of these here? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Let me find that. Oh, let me find that here. Let me see. Oops. They would want me to read the inner baddie one. Jasper, here we go. You could probably use a little spiritual refueling right now, couldn't you? Just in time. Jasper grounding energy is here to envelope you. That's why they're talking about that grounding again. To envelope you in a calming cocoon of comfort and offer you a cosmic rest stop. Being super on the go can be a thrill, but when there are parts of you that need to heal, it's good to slow down and give yourself some extra tenderness and conscious self-care. Because remember, if you keep putting the pedal to the metal on an empty tank, you'll eventually run out of gas, which is a situation no one wants to find themselves in. Now's the time to start taking care of your needs and prioritize your well-being. Honor yourself. Focus on nurturing yourself with things that feel healthy, practical, and pleasurable. Wow. Yeah, pour into yourself for once. Okay, there's one more card here they wanted me to... Number 57 on the bottom. Discern your gut instinct. The first strong intuitive hit you receive about a person, situation, or place can be foreshadow, like a glimpse of hindsight. Gut instincts that remain constant over time are especially worth heeding. Don't allow others or yourself to talk you out of your gut instincts. Avoid overthinking. Prioritize your gut. You know, they brought that up too, because they're talking here about your solar chakra here. That's your gut instincts. So there's a lot about balancing and your healing waters and using the moon and all that. So, you know, this I didn't know how they were going to make this work, but they always do. I never know how they're going to make the cards work out, but they always make it happen. This one here. Oh my goodness. It doesn't want to come out. It's on the bottom. Listen for words of wisdom. Notice what is being said. Wise and well-timed advice from a loved one. A poignant line delivered in a movie or podcast, or a conversation overheard on the street that speaks to a situation in your life may hold important intuitive guidance. The written word proves profound. Wow. Cool. It's this one. Oops. Release someone else's energy. No joke. Little number 55 too. Because these two cards is 5-5. So you have 5-5-5-5. That's all that change. Oh my God. And they were talking about all that change coming in. This is really freaking me out. This is like amazing. You know, because you have another 5 here too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you see there's a lot of 6s going on too, and a lot of 4s. A lot of 2s. A lot of 8s as well. I've been noticing the 8s. What number is this? That's 7, yeah. Whew. Okay, let's see what this one says. Holding another's energy and emotions might look like trying to manage, change, contain, or control them. When another person's energy overwhelms you, separate in a healthy way. If you're lost in someone else's energy, mindfully focus on a different topic, spend time apart, perform a ritual of release, or speak to a caring counselor. And that's what I was just talking about, how like you can write things down and take it out under the moon and at night and burn it and release it. Oh my God, spirit. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Oh, I love this reading. This is amazing. I love this so much. So I hope this has really been helpful to you. And yeah, this is really amazing. So if you want to try, I'm telling you, if you want to try any of your big 3s, contact Auto Spirit or Otter Spirit, sorry. And yeah, you'll get some really powerful tools. You know, because, you know, you have, you know, we all have like, you know, you need things to put in your spiritual tool belt too, because, you know, like the devil, you know, that came out twice in this reading here. So the devil has their tricks. So you need to have your own. You know what I mean? So there's some more things for your toolbox. All right. Okay, everybody, I'm going to let you go. And I hope this video finds you well. And, you know, truly love you all. And I hope this really does help you on your journey here. And so I'm going to bid you a good day. I'm going to send you all my love and light. Bye, everyone.